Okay, so this video is to record and film the fitting of a Mr12Volt P600 series Bluetooth adapter that can be fitted to the Porsche Boxster 987.1, and I think the same thing applies to a lot of variations of the Porsche 911 as well as the Boxster. So yeah, first time I fitted one of these. Let's see how easy it is. It doesn't look too bad. We've received all the connectors in the box. Hopefully everything fits. I'm now going to take the dashboard apart. I had to lower the roof because it's a bit late in the day and the light's bad. So, but this is a UK car in Germany, and it's in pretty good condition. I brought it over from the UK, and yeah, I wanted to keep hold of it, so it's in good nick. But I want the additional Bluetooth option, incoming calls, play music on the go from the mobile, or even install some kind of MP3. It also supports USB and SD card, so let's see how it goes. On the right hand drive we have the head unit here, and towards the back on the passenger side you can see there is that's a 12 volt outlet. So very close to that, if I'm not mistaken, there is a screw. I think it's a T25. Let's just check it again. I think that's what it was. So there it is. Okay, so it's just underneath the... No, I'm not in it. Okay, so there we go. Step one. And right, now we need to get this off. And I believe there are two connectors here and here. So there and there. That looks a bit small, so I've undone these are T20s, torque 20. Two of those, one here, one here. So the idea is now this has to push forward. From what I've seen online, it's if you don't move this unit properly, this panel properly, there are clips top and bottom, and you can break them very easily. Apparently. Okay, so I lowered the glove box, and that seems to cause less friction on the panel here. This is where it seemed to be rubbing, so I've just pulled it gently here. You can see it's now loose. So let's see. So we have these connectors here, here, and there's another one here. Good, so I've not broken anything. Right, so I'll put that aside. So I've got the same scenario as the other side. Let's see if I can get... Okay, that's the carpet side panel. Now we need to take the T20. Right, now we've got to push this unit forward, but the trick is to do it in parallel so that you don't break these three clips that I showed you on the other side. Okay, so it's now loose. guide it out. Bingo. 1, 2, and 3, all intact. Cool. That's an Allen key. I think it is anyway. There's 4 of those. I have to rotate them 90 degrees, I think, and that should release the head unit. So let's see. Let's zoom in on that one there. See if I can get the light on it. There, you see that? So, let's see. It is... Okay. Okay, something to note. Now on the other side, they went anti-clockwise. They go anti-clockwise on this side as well. So on here they pull forward, but on the other side they pulled back. So yeah, something to note. And there's another one just up here. Hold on, let me reposition the camera. So there's another one in here. There's another one in here. Let's see how I can get to that. Just a second. Okay, so it's here. It's easier getting the glove box off, but I've got a feeling, again, it's going to be anti-clockwise. So if we're straight down and then lift up and then it stops, that should be it. Okay, let's see if we have any movement. No, I'll just pause it a minute in case I need 2 hands. Okay, so what we have is, now we've removed both sides and we've turned the Allen key, which I'll give the size for in a minute when I work that bit out. It doesn't have the size on it, but anyway. Okay, it looks as if there's a nut here, and it looks like I need to remove that because that's the only thing that appears to be holding the, or going into the unit. Okay, so it feels a bit looser now. Let's have a go. Down a sec. There we go. So we're out. Okay, so there are connectors on the back. I will disconnect those and then I can get at this unit. There's the screw with the you need a spanner to get that off. Once you loosen that off, this doesn't apply the pressure onto the unit, and you can pull it straight out. So now it's half hanging out. I've just put some cloth down just to protect the dashboard, so there's no scratches from all this sharp metal. I'm just going to take a photo of where all the connectors go, in addition to this video obviously, and yeah, then try and connect. First of all, I need to find out where the 12 volt is. 12 volt and ground. I suspect there's probably 2 12 volt supplies here. Anyway, let's see. I'll let you know. Okay. Let's try again. This time from a slightly better angle. So we've got the brown connector here. Nothing. Red and green. 11.89. This yellow connector here. 11.81. This red one here, if you can see that. 5.6, the one behind it, 5.65, and the red and green, 5.65. What's this one here? This is a blue and yellow, 2.5. There's a blue one here, 2.48. And then this green one here, that's 11.43. So there's one just hidden in there that I missed. That's 5 point. Okay, so all the ones that are brown, there's 5.6. So I don't think it's any of those. These might be permanent because of the low current. So let's turn that off. Let's check again now with the power off. Again, this one here, 0 as before. So we have 12 volts on there. So that's, let me take the key out. Volts. Okay, that's a permanent 12 volt line. What's this one here? This is also a permanent 12 volt line. And this one, 5 volts, 5 volts, 5 volts, roughly. And then the green, yeah, 5 volts, and the one behind, 5 volts. So that all these brown ones are 5 volts. We've got the blue and yellow, which is nothing, 0. The blue is 1. This green one over here is 0. Okay. Okay, as a quick sanity check, the case, and I've got the meter set to audio, less than 200 ohms. So if I touch the case, you can hear it. Okay. Now if I touch the brown, okay, so that tells me, let's also double check. So that tells me that the case is, this is connected to the case. Now let's try the brown again. That's 0, so that's earth here. Okay. Okay, so because I don't have the multi-changer, mine is a type 2. Okay, so it also says here that the loopback cable is not necessary, which I established that from the beginning. Because yeah, that goes on the end of the connector where the loopback cable is, and there's probably a loopback cable already in there, under the bonnet. As we do see the optical cable here, which probably goes to the front of the car. So what's next? If we look down here, we've got the dip switches. Okay, so this is mine, the CDR24. Dip switch 3 on. Here's one I've prepared earlier. So zoom in. There you go. So dip switch 3 is now high. And that coincides with this. And if we look at dip switch 1, I've got default volume off, default volume off, and dip switch 2 off. So we've got default volume. Okay, so using a 600 Bluetooth hands-free bypass. The hands-free kit that needs to be on. If you're using this device, then it needs to be off. So basically down, down, up, down. Okay, let's go and check out the connector. It does actually say, if I turn it over, it does actually say, let me zoom out here, note, when you connect the power harness, please make sure that the power supply Mr12Volt device with a 12-volt non-switch power, constant power. Now, I noticed on one of these connectors it was permanently on, and I guess that's what it's talking about, but I'm always a bit wary about that, because if something happens to this, or this has a fairly large current drain, you'll come back to your car after 2 weeks and it's flat. So the other option is I could connect the 12-volt power supply initially. Down here in the footwell, just here, there is a 12-volt supply for the cigarette lighter. I could tap off that initially, so that is only active when the car is on. Let's see, because I don't know what the implications are of the Bluetooth. Maybe it'll forget. Maybe there's no backup battery in here, and then you have to go through the rigmarole of trying to set it all up again every time you turn the key. So yeah, what I could do is connect it to the main 12-volt supply that's permanently on and have a switch. Let's see. Okay, so what I've done is I've fed the cable down around the back of the stereo, down through a hole, which I'll show you in a minute, and I've looped it around this 12-volt connector here, just to keep, that's how much I want. When this goes up here, the box is going to be hidden under there, out of the way, and also accessible for the USB cable, which can then go into the glove box later. But for now, yeah, I don't think there's an obvious way of putting it in the glove box right now. So I'm going to hide it around the back of the dashboard here, and then I've got the 12 volts here. I will be using the permanent 12 volts as it says in the instructions. I've got a feeling the Bluetooth will mess around otherwise, as that's going to be my primary connection to the device. So let's have a look. So here's the unit, here's the 12 volt, and there's the ground. I'm going to connect that to these cables here. Okay, one thing to note here is this unit here, you have to pull this, I don't know if you can see it, you have to pull this plastic out. It's a protector for the optical sensors inside. Okay, so it was getting a bit dark last night, so I called it a night, and yeah, I'm about to continue. So the problem I was seeing last night was that there was, although there's power here and connected, positive and negative appear to be correct. There's nothing on the box here, so I just want to double check if they've wired this incorrectly. In other words, have they got these two the wrong way around on this cable? So I will try and swap them over inside the dashboard, and then try again. Okay, to summarise this little project, the retrofit, the Bluetooth retrofit P600 Mr12 Volts is not compatible with this head unit, although it does say it is, but it neglects some information that you may want to know, or you need to know. When I initially put the power into the Bluetooth unit here, there is a little red light that was flashing that I didn't notice, and that indicates that the initialization of the unit is incorrect. It failed. After further investigation on the internet, it looks as if the optical cable is not used in the current configuration, because it's a single CD head unit, CDR24. If you want to enable the optical cable, you have to go to a dealership or a Porsche specialist to reprogram the head unit, and this will allow you to use the three-way optical cable in the kit. If you had a normal multi-changer in your configuration of your vehicle, then you would have been fine. So I think most cases, most people probably have the multi-changer. I have the simple, the basic head unit, which needed additional configuration relating to the optical cable, which I wasn't prepared to do. Now, Design 911 in the UK were very kind to accept the return of the goods and provided me with a refund. So thank you for that. That was good. It's a pity I wasn't aware of this slight change that's required to the setup of the head unit. Otherwise, I may have thought twice about purchasing this. However, the specification is exactly what I wanted. I just wasn't prepared to do the change to the configuration. Most of you might be prepared to. So I would have, if I was you, I'd do your homework first, check that it's possible, that your local dealership knows how to do it, and then you can purchase this kit and get it organized properly. So that's my recommendation. I'm not faulting Design 911. I just would have preferred to have known this first, so I'm just giving you heads up now. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. You could have searched for the device with your Bluetooth connected to the phone, and it would have gone straight through to your system. But in my case, it didn't, so it wasn't available. So anyway, I'll finish that here, and if I have any other little projects going on, I will post more videos. Thank you very much. Bye.